YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over a build that I'm calling Skirmish. This is down in the Ash Heap region, located way down here next to the Garahan Estates and the Hornwright Estates and Vault 63, all the way down at the very bottom of Ash Heap. This is a pretty good location, especially right now with all the mole miners we're supposed to be getting. You have all these abandoned mine shafts, and you can just, kind of hit a whole run all the way up here to where the Rusty Pick is into the forest. Really good location. This place, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see exactly where it is. This has a uranium deposit, so you can get nuclear material here, which during the tour you'll be able to see through the back door. That's where the extractor is. Really happy with this location. The layout for this build is a 3x2 on the bottom. So it's 2 rows of 3, and then on the top floor there is a row of 3 and then a row of 2. And that row of 2 should be a mirror image of the bottom floor because they are pretty much identical. But we had to cut out one of those floors on the top to let the stairs lead up to the front door. The house portion of this is on the top, and then the bottom is where all the workshop and machines are for the stat boost. So really like the way this thing is laid out. Everything is pretty open. There's a lot of just kind of general junk around, but it's not too cramped up. There's a lot of space. It feels very open and the view is immaculate. I hope you enjoy this tour. If you're new here, like and subscribe. We're going to be doing these videos pretty often. I just bought a camp slot today, so I do have a dedicated YouTube camp slot. So anytime I want to pack up and move and do something new, I'll have that at my disposal. I do still have 2 current builds that are ready to be showcased in a video, and I will do those pretty soon. But until then, enjoy Skirmish down here in the Ash Heap. I'll catch you in the next video. Another dusty morning. Very smoky morning here in the Ash Heap. Really good location. I really like the way this build turned out. Actually, this build, the building itself, is something I built in Toxic Valley quite a while back in the location where there's junk and there's lead, and you can fit it in the same spot. Wound up moving away from there because I didn't have enough camp slots, and I didn't really have a use for that location anymore. But I always liked the way this build, the main building, looked, and brought it down here to Ash Heap. Little power armor station here, kind of out of the way of everything else. And we got a big stash box over here and the toolbox over here to create that kind of. You got your tools there if you need them, and I love the way the animation is when you work on your power armor. You're just kind of back there welding, and you can hear the wrenches go and the hammers go and stuff like that. So always try and put some toolboxes around that thing, and a little spotlight too. Here in the garden, nothing real special. Just crammed it up with a lot of stuff, especially the boards, the reinforced walls on the ends here, because for some reason the enemies love to just target the fruits and veggies before they target anything or anybody, and it's the weirdest thing, but I tell you, it is so frustrating to lose like the one razor grain that you got back here, and you can't pick from another one just to repair it, so you got to go and activate another build somewhere else and then come back and replant it and fix it. But for the most part, though, I really like the way these garden fences look from last season's Nuka World scoreboard. And here I took the cooking station, the little grill that you can have on the ground. I just merged it in with the fireplace, and it looks pretty cool. You can just kind of come here and it's still functional, still usable, and it's a little bit more believable because now you have a flame underneath that. And on the other side, we have the porta potty with a flaming trash can. I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together why those are right there. The Radstag station, which is my absolute favorite thing from this season so far. The amount of Radstag that thing produces and the amount of carry weight that those give you, it's so good to just have that on hand at any point. And also merge the little fireplace right there. It didn't take much, you just kind of get them to sit even, and then just kind of merge it down a couple touches, and it just kind of gives that, it brings a little bit more life to it. And coming up to the main part here on the stairs, this is where the vendor is, and this is where the workbenches are, but you would be surprised at the amount of people that walk up this. You can see just how much it says, you know, come here, this is where you want to go, all the bright lights and stuff. And they will walk up these stairs looking for the vendor, and they will literally walk back there, back down the middle, back over here on the right. They'll go back down the stairs, they'll run all the way around this whole building, they'll go up the other stairs, go up, runner, you can hear their footsteps up here, and then they'll come back down, and then they'll have that eureka moment. They'll just kind of stop, and then they run over here, and you're like, yeah, they just figured it out. Even though it has market and it has the open sign, it's got these really nice painted weapons up here too, and it just kind of says, you know, hey, especially all this stuff down here, like this is where all the stuff is that you want to look for, and they just run right by it. It surprises me, but at the same time, playing in some of these events with these people, especially eviction notice, you know, I'm sure you've been there too. You're just like, dude, why did I even come here? Anyway, but like I said, all the necessities here. We have all the stat boost equipment here. We have all the workbenches over here on the right. We got the armor and the ammo station, Tinker's workbench. And always try and put the ammo box right next to Tinker's workbench. I think it just makes sense. You know, you got the ammo bench and the ammo locker. Keep them together. And I hope soon we get a new armor bench or something, because that thing is, this barrel is like so big on the other side. It's kind of hard to work with that thing sometimes. But we did fit a locker over here, and for any nukes that are about to hit, we can always watch through this window. It hits just right out there. I can't pinpoint a location for you to look at, but it's pretty nice to see that thing hit, as long as it's not on top of me. On the other side, we got the ukulele and the new Mothman lamp, which is functional. I'm not sure if you could hear that over the music, but it has a little hum to it, just like the Mothman does. Chem station, chalkboards, working out that Krabby Patty formula, and radiation barrels, just in case you're running a bloodied build or the adrenal serum. Perception, radiation machine there. The weapon bench is actually in the back with this Vault Tech. This isn't hooked up to anything, but this is just a Vault Tech generator. I love the way those things look. Sometimes I'll stack stuff on top of that because it has those little handles right there. The bench press, get your Chad station on. Fusion core chargers, a necessity. If you have the ability to get these things, trust me, this is one of the best things to have. I'm telling you, so many people buy fusion cores, and then when you can charge them up to 100 and then charge full price for them and just keep stacking them, like sell them 5 at a time, dude, you'll make so many caps so quick. And this is the nuclear extractor. That's where we get our nuclear material for more of the mini nukes, which is one of the best things about this location. I love it. Just take another look here at the entrance of this little area. I love the way this is. You know, it's really open, but it does have a cover. And when it's raining and you know, the weather's real bad, it still feels like you're protected. You know, you can close the windows up, but it's still got that openness, kind of like an open car garage or something like that. Right here we have a Free States camp, just to let everybody know. It's Free States territory, baby. And right under the stairs here, not much, just an exercise bike to build the endurance up, and a trash can, because you kind of need a trash can, and I can't fit it upstairs, and I wouldn't even want to have that thing upstairs, even if I lived here. Upstairs is I really love the way this turned out up here. You know, we have again a special and a scrap box here, just in case you wake up from taking a nap, getting that XP boost, and you, oh man, I didn't scrap this, I need to go. Just go ahead and scrap it, change the build if you need to. On this shelf here, we just have a couple random things just to kind of put some life into this place as if it's lived in. Nothing really makes sense, you know, it's just stash boxes. You can drink from that little bowl there. If you do, you're going to get nuked, and you're going to wake up somewhere you wish you wouldn't. But I did kind of go too far on the merge there, you can see, but I'm not going to reset everything just to kind of fix that little thing. From this season scoreboard, this throne, this antler throne, I really like this thing. This thing is cool, especially for a build like this. You know, I'm not too much of a hunter or anything like that. You can hear the country accent, but I'm not a big hunter guy. Next to that throne, we do have the magazine rack with just a mixture of stuff: Grognak, Unstoppables, guns and bullets. You see the American flag? This man reads guns and bullets. We got Earl and you know, those heads that constantly sit there and chatter. I love the way that looks. That's so cool. Hard to fit this in a good spot. I wish you could kind of mount those heads instead, but it does have its place here. It does have its place here. And the thing I thought about with this vase, which I don't know, I just had the vibe like this guy lost somebody, and that's more of an urn. And I wish I could put it up on that mantle right there, but you can't, as far as I know. So I just kind of put it right there, and that was kind of my sentiment with that. And we got the new typewriters today. I figured I would add them to this little desk right here. And you know, I'm not sure what the purpose would be to have a typewriter right next to a computer like that, considering they both have typewriters and keyboards, but you know, it kind of show that off. You know, I like that. Now the kitchen, I struggle with kitchens the most because I just don't have a whole lot of stuff to use for the kitchens. And today I just, my fiance was building somewhere else, and I was just kind of working on this up here, and I just had this idea of like, you know, let me try and merge these things into something, see if they'll work. And this is the regular cooking stove, and this is the cooler where you can put food in to preserve it longer. So I just kind of merged those in there, and I really like the way this thing looks. It looks a whole lot better than just single pieces side by side with, you know, weird spacing, and especially with those pipes in the back, it can get really difficult. And I managed to get that as far back as I did because you can actually edit that wall on the back, and you can make it a doorway. And you can fit the pipes just a little bit further if you make it a doorway, and then edit it back. And that way they won't get too much in the way, and they are pretty much pressed against the wall there. And the new toaster from this scoreboard this season. This is the black variant. There is a more whitish silver variant. I'm not sure if that's silver or if it's black. The shadows are kind of just weird, but yeah, this is the way the dining room slash kitchen kind of area. Kind of a rec room too, because we do have some Texas Hold'em going on here, and it looks like the game is still ongoing. They haven't finished yet, and I guess they had to take care of some business. You know, there's a lot of mole miners out there to find. When we first started this game, it was not too soon after that those mole miners were around, and so it kind of brings us back full circle. Like we're so much more experienced, and our builds are so much better now, and going and hunting those guys is a whole lot of fun. Right here we have the bed and a couple stash boxes underneath, just to kind of, you know, we need to pack up and go. We already have everything kind of set and ready to go. And I'm using a bed this time, which I usually don't use beds all that often. It just depends on the build, but especially the clean ones. I don't like using the clean ones. But this dirty mattress with the sleeping bag on top, it kind of makes sense to me. And I like to do this too. We have the mess hall and the pier sign right here, and a window with no shutters, and you can see some of the ribbons out there. And this is just kind of like, you know, whoever lives here, they tried to board it up as best they could, and they still need some supplies to do that with. And with these shutters, you actually have a picture blocking them. And I don't know, I just kind of like the way that looks. I feel like that's something that we would definitely do in real life, given the circumstances. And just about ready to go out the door. We do have this owl again. And back out where we started. And I really love this view, man. You just walk out here and you can see all this. It's very open, it's very spacious, and for Ash Heap, it's relatively flat. I mean, I know we're looking at a little mountainside there, but for the most part, this is a pretty flat area for the Ash Heap. It is so hard to build out here because everything just seems to go on a massive steep slope like this. And so we found this, you know, little flat spot. This almost looks like a driveway. You can see the ground is, you know, a lot lighter right here leading up to these stairs. And, you know, just kind of leads you right into it. And, yeah, this is a camp that I'm going to keep for a very long time. I just love the way this looks. I love the location, and I love to be able to get nuclear material whenever I want to. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching the tour of Skirmish. I love this location, highly recommend it, especially if you're a Fat Man user or you need that nuclear material for whatever else. It's right out the back door, and the location is so flat, it's so spacious, and the view is tremendous, and there's not too many people that attack this spot. It's just a really, really good overall location. So y'all get back to the wasteland. I'm gonna head back myself. I appreciate you guys checking this video out. If you're new here, like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.